Crime was a song that came about quite naturally. You know, a lot of the time when you're writing music, it will come to you from hearing other people's music. You'll get ideas and stuff when you're walking out in the street or you're trying to sit down in the studio and think of stuff. But Crime actually came to me from wanting to use my drumming background more. A lot of you might not know that I've been a drummer for a lot longer than I've been doing my own solo music. And I realised for a lot of the time, I had always done songs with writing things like a synth or a lead line first, then maybe getting some vocal ideas, but the drums never came first in the song. And so I sat down and I wanted to make a song where the song was based around the drums. After I started getting the drum beat down, I got them vocal sounds in the background, then I got the first flow in the verses with the vocals. It's on as winning on a ton of shit be wearing me out. And then after that, everything came pretty easy. Always winning all the time, that should be wearing me out. I got business overseas, any place you're about. Take a quarter to the bank, let them rot in the back. You would think they call me Santa, where I fill up the sack. It can be difficult sometimes, just trying to keep moving and keep pushing yourself and keep trying to go for greatness and really get the most out of yourself. But, you know, I wouldn't have it any other way. I love the feeling of self-improvement and getting better, and goes back to the David Goggins thing, which I'll end up mentioning a little bit down in the video, just to be uncommon amongst the uncommon. Try and flex on all your Gucci, but you live in a shack. Gonna fly out to Miami with no shirt on your back. You know, I provide the heat, got me feeling like Shaq. I never damming up the lake that keeps my money all stacked. The amount of people that I see online, on Instagram and stuff, trying to flex, but you know them in real life, or you know their situation, and you know that it's just a completely fake lifestyle when they're either trying to portray that they're killers, you know, all the materialistic stuff, and that it doesn't bother me too much now. I don't consider myself very materialistic anymore. You know, I remember I used to go to the gym and stuff, and I'd have to be wearing my watch and I'd have to be wearing a necklace or something. And I remember going out and not having it on me. And I said to myself, oh God, it don't feel right. It don't feel right going out without it on. And I think once I thought that, I realised, yeah, shit's got to change. And then there's just a line there as well. Shaquille O'Neal, I'm a big basketball fan. See, it's a hard life. Someone's got to do it. Drop another banger just so I can prove it. Find it funny when they act like they don't know I'm moving. Still chewing on the same ears, change of tuning. The amount of people that will repeatedly try and put you down, and you get all the comments and that, which is part of the game. At the end of the day, it's part of the process, but it really doesn't bother me, and I just use it to my advantage now. You ain't my bro, so I can't violate the bro code. I was sharpening my pen like a pencil. When I look into my mind and see the stencil, join out the future, gonna get eventful. Anything you do, you know I do it tenfold. Feel the energy surging in my temple. Got the cogs moving, turning in the symbol. Firing at your temple. Firing at your temple. Right, go like a Kimbo. So I've got a few lines in there that I quite like. When I'm saying I've been sharpening my pen like a pencil, you know, I've read from J. Cole, this thing that he does to help his freestyle writing, where you just every day, just a 7-minute drill, just set a time on your phone and just write down 7 minutes, anything that comes to mind. And I've been doing this for quite a while now. I mean, I keep the book back here, and I can take a look at when I started doing this. You can just see in there, it's just writing and writing and writing. It's just every day, just anything that comes out, just write it down, and just trying to really sharpen my pen like a pencil. And then I've got a few lines in there that refer to the meditation side of things. I've been doing meditation since about 2020, and I've done it as a way to try and calm myself down, because I think because there was a few things bugging me at that point in time. So I wanted to do it to calm myself down a little bit and to really learn to control myself. Meditation has helped so much with that, and just being able to be present and to not worry about things, and just to give you that control over yourself pretty much. I think a lot of people walk around and they'll let their emotions control them when they should be the one controlling their emotions. You know, going hand in hand with that, I also like Marcus Aurelius and the Stoicism teachings that he teaches a lot of. I mean, I've got a tattoo there of a third eye in reference to the meditation, and I've got Marcus Aurelius here in reference to the Stoicism. So it really is a important part of my life in a way that I try and live by. Foundations I've been laying from the gravel. I had to learn a lot from personal battles. Oxyven boot zone for growing pains in the saddle. I'm winning every score, leave your brain scrabbled. That was just a cool line at the end. You know, I knew that I wanted the last line to be, I'm winning every score, leave your brain scrabbled. I just wanted to think of something first. So I saw Scrabbled. I thought Scrabble, the board game, went online. Turns out the Oxyven boot zone is the highest points you can get in Scrabble. And I looked up what it was. There we go. Growing pains in the saddle. Good paychecks, bad days less. You still gotta hate. Man, change the subject. I've been working through the wires of my complex, putting miles on my pen go breakneck. Don't waste that. I'ma save that. I don't talk if it ain't needing no chit chat. Fucking up the game, no wine and dine. Living this sublime. It's gotta be a crime. Yeah, you know, sometimes when I've been out in America, when I went over to see the Lakers game, I'm standing at the Grand Canyon or seeing some of these amazing places in the world. You have to take a step back sometimes and just think, this is crazy, this is. And it really is them moments that make you appreciate life and what you have. Robbing souls like I'm Goggins. I put myself into the room and I locked in. Too many people here faking, just honest. You try and tell me I should stop it, bro, stop it. So this is the line in reference to David Goggins, and David Goggins has been such a influence on my life. Reading his books, his teaching and his mindset and stuff has just completely elevated me to a completely different level of thinking that I never had before. And really, it has just pushed me to want to pursue greatness even more and more vigorous than I was before, really. David Goggins has got one of these sayings about being uncommon amongst the uncommon, and I remember when I read it in that book, it really stood out to me, and it was his no BS attitude towards himself and trying to get the best out of himself that really just, it resonated with me, so much so that I ended up getting uncommon tattooed on myself. So anytime I start being a bitch or trying to be a little bit lazy, I just look down at that and yeah, it's go time. You try attack, but you can't get the stops in. I see through them, got eyes like hops in. Elevated to the top, so and I hopped in. When I'm chopping on a beat, it gets popping. I see through a lot of what people say to me and stuff. And then when you know their own personal circumstances, what they're doing and stuff, you think, oh, okay, that's why you're hating. It's weird sometimes. You get hate comments and that from other artists, and I think we're in the same boat here. We're both artists. We're both trying to express ourselves through music, and you're trying to hate on me. And some of the times I've challenged people about that, and I've just wrote back comments sometimes just saying, isn't there anything better you could be doing than trying to hate on another artist? That it really don't bother me. In fact, you're helping me. And a few times people have actually seen it and said, yeah, you know what, you're right, I'm sorry. So that's a breakthrough there. There's also another little reference there to the song I just released before this, Popping. Form like water, yeah, you better get mopping. Got my own ship sailing, I ain't docking. In the port to be killing my options. Now, I like to think of myself as a very versatile artist. If you look at my latest songs alone, you go from Calm Down, which is an upbeat rap song. Then we've got Still Breathing and Popping, where it goes from a bit softer rap to more in the pop territory. And then you come back to this song where it's dark rap. You know, I'm a musician. At the end of the day, I'm an artist. I'm not just a rapper. I like to take from all genres of music, all influences and everything, and really mold it together. And a lot of the time, I think people try and box themselves in with something of saying, oh, I can't write that song because that's not me. At the end of the day, you are what you want to be. And an artist I listen to a lot, Russ, he was talking about something like this, and someone asked him what the genre of one of his latest songs was, and he put the genre is Russ. And I just love that, because I think we do get caught up sometimes in, as being artists, we think that doesn't fit with this, that doesn't fit with that. it's going to sound like you at the end of the day. They're just different flavors and different interpretations as who you are as an artist. And to be honest, I would rather an artist express himself anyway like that than just releasing the same song over and over again, because it will get boring. I'm quite happy being independent and stuff at the moment. Don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I would not want to be a slave to anyone. You know, I do music for expression, and I do it for freedom and stuff. So I don't know why I would want to have someone tell me what I can and can't do. I want to be the sole owner of all my stuff, and I want to be able to have that freedom and to call the own shots in my own life. The world's in anarchy, my mind's tranquility. I can't lie, I want to pass the breeze ahead of me. No, I should, but I can't ever run it steadily. Put a burden on my back, carry it heavily. You know, kind of referring to the first line of that as well. I put a lot on myself in terms of what I want to accomplish, my discipline, and what I do daily to try and push myself as far as I can. It can be a lot sometimes, but at the end of the day, I can't get to where I want to get if I wasn't trying to get every last bit of me that I could. So I think it is just that. I don't regret all of the work that I've put in and stuff like that. Sometimes when you're in the middle of it, you could think, I just need a break, man. This is getting too much and stuff. But then you look back at it and you realise why you're doing it, and seeing how far I've been able to come, and seeing how people have been resonating with my music, especially with this latest song. It is going crazy at the minute, and I can't thank everyone enough. Seeing all that and that feeling from the song going off and really getting to where I want to get, it's a drug pretty much. And yeah, I wouldn't change it any other way.